To public participation, public hearing. Public hearing is open regarding Redlands Unified School District's 2026-2027 Local Control Accountability Plan, LCAP. Is there anyone here wishing to speak? All right. The hearing is now closed. Oh, there is one. Yes, come up. Sorry, Catherine.
Okay.
Did not see you.
I didn't know how you wanted us to respond to that, so that's on me. Is there a time limit for the public hearing?
3 minutes, I'm
awesome.
sorry.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to make sure. So I have to apologize for the committee that put together the LCAP because it was a long document, and I will admit that I didn't read all of it, but I did read through the actions because that's where the heart of it lies. And there were several things there that, while this board is not responsible for creating the LCAP, you are responsible for approving it. You are also responsible for taking the district's recommendations for funding. Actions 1.4 and 1.5, which deal with comprehensive school counseling programs, states that it will provide staffing. For example, counselors, program specialists, support staff. But part of the budget this year was cutting counselors. And you approved that. I know it was a district recommendation, but you approved that. The LCAP is a community-based document. This is what our community has said they would like. This is what the goals have been written to be. And I'm, quite frankly, tired of a district and a board that creates an LCAP that's not reflective of our current and future budget needs. And so I'd like to ask for one of two things. Either cut that stuff from the LCAP. If we can't fund it, it shouldn't be in there. Or perhaps a directive is given to fiscal services that we don't cut any positions explicitly stated, even as an EG, in any of the LCAP options. Find other places to balance our budget at. Because right now, your LCAP priorities and actions don't match the decisions that were made for the budget this year. And it's reflective elsewhere. It's reflective in Action 2.3, which is tiered literacy supports, which states by providing sites with supports for school libraries, well-resourced libraries, and knowledgeable staff. Funny that also part of the budget this year was cutting library staff at elementaries when studies, and I apologize for not having them ready right now, but I will send them to you, state that it is easier to improve literacy in younger readers than it is when they are older. I also asked when you were drafting to make sure that the complaints concerning library or media center materials had something in it that provided funding for materials that are removed out of the libraries so that our libraries don't suffer in a lack of materials. And nothing was added. Again, your priority with your budget doesn't match the LCAP action items here and the goals. And I am really just asking this board to take to heart when you are making decisions 6 months from now, 9 months from now, that you look at that and you go, the LCAP said this. We understand this is the district recommendation, but it doesn't match what we prioritized for LCAP. Because the discrepancy is there for all of us to see and for all of us to go back and look at and see. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Anybody else wishing to speak on the LCAP hearing? Okay. The hearing is now closed. The public hearing is open for Redlands Unified School District's 2026-2027 annual budget presentation. Karen Shaw, Director of Fiscal Services. Is there anyone here wishing to speak on the annual budget presentation? Okay, the hearing is now closed. All right, public hearing is open regarding Redlands Unified School District's 2026-2027 balances in excess of minimum reserve requirements as included in the annual budget. Is there anybody here wishing to speak on this? All right, the hearing is now closed. Now it's time for community input, public participation for agendized items. The Board of Education values the perspectives and participation of our community members. Public comment provides an important opportunity for individuals to share their views on district matters. The board encourages comments, feedback, and input from all voices in the community, including those who may have differing opinions and perspectives. The California Office of the Attorney General asked us to share that, in their view, matters pertaining to specific identifiable students or any group of students should remain private to the extent possible. If you have a complaint about an employee or a student matter, please utilize the appropriate complaint procedure. Contact Dr. Rudy Wilson, Assistant Superintendent of Compliance, who can assist you with filing any such complaint. As a reminder, not all speech is free from consequences, and since this is the board's meeting in public, where minors may be present, we encourage all participants to conduct themselves in a civilized, non-threatening manner. Thank you for your cooperation and for contributing to a civil and student-focused discussion. Members of the public may address the board on matters within its jurisdiction by submitting a completed registration card to the clerk or designated staff member prior to the start of public comments on agenda items. When called, speakers may proceed to the podium, state their name and trustee area, and speak for the allotted time. The amount of time will be announced by the board president before the first speaker begins and will not exceed 3 minutes. How many speakers do we have?
9.
9. Okay, we're going to do 3 minutes each. So who are the first speakers?
Janet Grenda, followed by Sahid Ahmed, and then Carol Beswick.
Welcome, Janet.
Thank you. My name is Janet Grenda. I'm approximately a 40-year resident of Redlands. I currently live in Trustee Area 1. Thank you, Ms. Holohan, for your representation, as well as the other board members. I am also the principal owner of a company, Statistical Research, here in Redlands, and we are neighbors to Orangewood High School, and I hope we are good neighbors. This evening, I am here in my capacity as a board member and the past board chair for the YMCA of the East Valley. More specifically, I was the board chair when the YMCA first took on the ACES program for our USD. I want to address item 14F regarding the approval of the YMCA's agreement to provide after-school programs for only a one-year term. I am offering some historical context because I believe that matters in understanding why so many of us are concerned by the current recommendation to treat the YMCA differently from the other provider. When the YMCA first took on this contract, it was in response to a desperate need from the district following a difficult transition from another after-school provider. We were asked to turn around a proposal in 4 days, an unthinkable turnaround. But we did it. We rallied the staff up to train and serve 10 sites with little prep time because the district was in need. We did so without hesitation because responding to the community needs is what the YMCA does. We stepped into this work with Redlands Unified 5 years ago with a strong sense of responsibility to students, families, and the district. We understand that after-school programming is not simply a supervision after the school day ends. It is an important part of student support, family stability, and community trust. The YMCA took on that responsibility seriously and over the past 5 years has built a program grounded on consistency, quality, service, and data-driven results. This has not been a short-term or casual relationship. It has been meaningful partnership built over time. That is why the current situation is so difficult to understand. From our perspective, the YMCA has demonstrated its commitment to this district by stepping up when needed and the wise ability to deliver quality program. The history of service should be given real weight when future contract terms are considered. A 3-year agreement would recognize the history and provide continuity for the families who rely on these programs. It would also reflect the same level of confidence already extended to another provider. For those reasons, I respectfully ask the board to approve the YMCA for a 3-year agreement as originally submitted and ensure that the district's longstanding community partners are treated fairly and consistently. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Janet. Welcome, Saeed.
Yes, my name is Sajid Ahmed, for the record. That's okay.
Oh, Sajid, I'm sorry.
That's fine. Starbucks messes my name often. I am in Trustee Area 1, go Patty, so thank you. I'm here as a board member of the YMCA, but I'm also a business owner in Redlands, a parent, a father to 2 kids who went through Mariposa and Cope during Mr. B's days, and our tax dollars support the school district. So I'm here to represent the YMCA on the matter 14F. Let me make the ask up front of the board. It is to approve the YMCA for a 3-year agreement as originally submitted and apply the same standard consistently to all vendors. The reason for this is a 3-year agreement provides stability. A 3-year agreement provides programming stability, stability for staff. A 3-year agreement provides stronger relationships with students and families. A 3-year agreement provides better long-term planning and opportunity to improve quality. These are not just administrative details. They directly affect children's daily experience from year to year. A 3-year agreement will benefit families when they know that their provider is in the same place and is able to plan for their family's future and their kids. A 3-year agreement helps make the YMCA leadership provide planning for investment to increase quality and opportunity, which is why it is difficult for me as a parent, a taxpayer, a longtime board member here at the YMCA that the board would consider just a 1-year agreement, whereas another provider was given a 3-year agreement. I think it is appropriate and necessary for all of you to exercise good leadership and provide parity, transparency, and consistency. And again, I ask what I asked before, for the board to approve the YMCA for a 3-year agreement as originally submitted. And in the last few seconds I do want to say thank you. Before, I never knew who the judges were or school board candidates were on a voting ballot, but in having researched all of you, I got to know you, so it's great. And I knew Patty is now my trustee area, so thank you. And thank you for the opportunity to make a public comment.
Thank you, Sajidi. Welcome, Carol.
Thank you so much, President Rendler and members of the board. My name is Carol Beswick. I also reside we're all neighbors, I guess. I'm also residing in Trustee Area 1. Fortunate to have Patty supporting us there. But tonight I also am here as a member of the YMCA East Valley's Board of Directors, which has served, which really serves all trustee areas, and has done so as a trusted partner of RUSD for 40 years. I'd like to address the same item 14F, regarding the approval of the WISE agreement on after-school programs. I've learned from my own time in public office that the Redlands community pays close attention to how major decisions are made, especially when those decisions affect children, families, and longstanding community institutions. The YMCA has a deep history in this community, and many families know firsthand the role it's played in supporting youth and families over the years. So when 2 providers are treated differently in the same process, it can create an appearance of unequal treatment. Whether that's intended or not, that appearance can really undermine confidence in fairness and transparency, and that's not good for any of us. Process is important. Partners should be treated fairly and equitably. So it's my contention that approving a 3-year agreement for after-school programming for one provider, while limiting the YMCA, who has been a long-term partner and has had a long-term relationship with the RUSD, limiting this organization to a 1-year term sends a message that's difficult to understand, particularly given the WISE long service history and proven experience with you as partners. So I, too, respectfully ask that the same standards be applied to the Y as to the other contract, providing a 3-year agreement for the YMCA program. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol.
Next, we have, I went to the wrong page. Tyler Miner, followed by JB and Bill Hatefield.
Welcome, Tyler.
Hello. Good evening, Board. My name is Tyler Miner, Trustee Area 4. I am owner of a local company, Redlands Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, and I'm also a proud parent of 3 Redlands Unified students. My son Wyatt graduated from Redlands High in 2023. My daughter just graduated last week from Redlands High School, 2026, and I have now sophomore who will be in the class of, 2029. Beyond that, have long-time involvement and ties to the community, serve on many local boards, also partner with the high school in different areas. But today I'm here as the board chair for the Redlands YMCA, which, as you all know, everyone serves this community. I want to thank you guys for the opportunity to speak to you tonight and for hearing our concerns raised by our Y board when we first learned that the YMCA after-school program contract would not be renewed with us. We appreciate the board's willingness to listen to us, meet with us, and ultimately preserve a portion of the service at the 4 proposed sites. As with everybody, I'm here to address 14F and the contract. You may not know, but the YMCA is the oldest nonprofit in the city of Redlands. We've been serving the community since 1887. That's a year before the city of Redlands was incorporated itself. We're proud of our long-standing relationship with Redlands Unified for over 40 years, and most recently, the past 5 years, serving the ACES program for the Redlands Unified families. We value that relationship, and we don't take it for granted. Tonight, I'm here for just one specific, very simple ask. That's fairness and consistency in the way providers are treated. After the district approved a 3-year agreement for another provider, the YMCA submitted a 3-year proposal for the 4 sites that we were asked to continue to serve. We were then directed to revise that proposal to a 1-year term. That difference in treatment is difficult to understand, particularly given the YMCA's long service record, performance, and community partnership. A 3-year agreement provides stability for students, family, staff, and program quality. If that level of stability is appropriate for one provider, it should be appropriate for the YMCA as well. For those reasons, as well as everybody here who has spoken, I here to ask to revise the term from 1 year to a 3-year agreement based on the same services provided by, 3-year agreement on the same basis as the other provider. Thank you.
Thank you, Tyler. You're not going to go? Okay. Moving on.
Wait.
I guess I can't count.
Welcome, Bill.
My name's Bill Hatfield, and I live in Trustee Area 1, I understand. And I'm here in my capacity as a board member, as a past chairman of the board, and also as a proud second-generation Redlands School District. My parents both graduated from Redlands High School. I've graduated from Redlands High School, and my 2 daughters have. So I think the last time I was here helping get a bond issue started for the school district. And so it's fun to be back. I, too, am here on item 14F. And I would just like to remind you that, as the others have said, we've been serving Redlands at the YMCA since 1887. Right now, across San Bernardino County, we currently operate 53 ACES, ELOP, and licensed child care sites. So serving families and kids across a broad range of ages, demographics, and programs. We have a strong record, and we continue to back it up with extensive qualified data. That experience means that the Y has a proven infrastructure. We have trained staff and accountability and measurable results. It also means that our work should be evaluated in the open and under the same standards as other people. For that reason, it's difficult to reconcile why the YMCA, an organization with a demonstrated track record in this district and throughout the region, would be held to a different contract standard than another provider. The request for a 1-year agreement when a 3-year was approved elsewhere makes no sense to me. The longer contract supports sound planning, staffing continuity, sustained program, If we're going to get the best people to work this program and take care of the kids of Redlands School District, we need to be able to tell them they've got a job for 2 and 3 years, not just for 1. For those reasons, I respectfully ask the board to revise the 1-year term slated in 14F and approve the YMCA for a 3-year term. And thank you all for all that you do. I can't imagine doing this every month, month after month, and we really do appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Next, we have Char Burgess, followed by Catherine Appleby and Shelley Stockton.
Good evening. I'm Char Burgess.
Welcome, Char.
I'm also trustee Area 1, but here this evening in my capacity as a board member and past board chair of the YMCA of the East Valley, which services all the trustee areas. I'm also the retired vice president and dean of student life at the University of Redlands. I want to address item 14F as the others have done, but I want to speak specifically from the standpoint of governance, process, and public accountability. When public agencies make significant provider decisions, especially decisions affecting children, families, and continuity of services, those decisions should be grounded in clear criteria, transparent communication, and a consistent process. This is not only good practice, it's really essential to maintaining public confidence, and I know all of you understand that. What concerns me here is not only the recommendation itself, but the process that appears to have produced it. When one provider is approved for a 3-year term and another provider with a long local track record is asked to revise its proposal to 1 year, it creates an appearance that different standards are being applied. That is a concern because public decision-making should be understandable, defensible, and consistent. If there are performance-based reasons for differing treatment, those reasons should be clear and substantiated. The district should be cautious about adopting terms that appear uneven. I would also encourage the district moving forward to consider best practices for evaluating provider performance and communicating process expectations, including the use of transparent criteria and structured selection methods when provider changes are contemplated. This is bigger than one contract. It's about whether the process reflects fairness, consistency, and sound governance. And I, too, would respectfully ask the board to approve the YMCA for a 3-year agreement in alignment with the standard applied to the other provider. And I, too, would thank you for all the work you do. Thanks.
Thank you, Char. Welcome, Catherine.
Hi. I'm a little intimidated because everyone who has just spoke, I've lived in Redlands my entire life, and they are the foundations of this city and heroes. And not going to lie, I feel a little up here. But not speaking on 13F or 14F. I wanted to just ask about 13A and B and 17B and C. These are your new board policies and administrative regulations. The naming of schools, individual buildings or facilities, and your military leave one. I have noticed that both of these are long-standing board policies and administrative regulations in neighboring districts, and I'm wondering why it has taken Redlands so long to get them added to our board policies and administrative regulations, and what other future ones you might be thinking of adding in playing catch-up with our neighboring districts.
Thank you, Catherine. Welcome, Shelley.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Shelley Stockton. I'm also trustee Area 1. I'm a proud alumna of Smiley, Cope, and Redlands High School, as is my father behind me. I'm speaking this evening also in my capacity as a board member and past board chair of the YMCA of the East Valley. And my day job is at the University of Redlands as Director of Strategic Partnerships and Community Engagement. I also want to address item 14F regarding the YMCA's after-school agreement from the standpoint of governance, consistency, and the practical impact on students and families. When public agencies make significant provider decisions, especially decisions affecting children, families, and continuity of services, the decisions need to be grounded in clear criteria, transparent communication, and a consistent process. Muddled transparency erodes public confidence and trust. A 3-year agreement matters because, as others before me have said, stability matters. It provides staffing, continuity, stronger relationships with families, better planning, and most importantly, more consistent program quality for the students affected. When one provider is approved for a 3-year term and the YMCA is asked to revise its proposal to 1 year, it creates the appearance that different standards are being applied. This is especially difficult to understand given the Y's long history in this community. The YMCA has demonstrated its commitment to this district, its capacity to serve, and its willingness to continue to partner in good faith. If a 3-year agreement is appropriate for one provider, the same standards should apply to the YMCA. I respectfully ask the board to approve the YMCA for a 3-year agreement as originally submitted and apply the same standard consistently. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shelley.
That was our last one.